how to deal with difficult people, bullies, and toxic individuals. Let's go. What's up, rock stars? I'm back, and this week we're going to talk about a really important subject that I think everyone should be equipped with a few tools in how to deal with these individuals. Everyone has to deal with a negative person one time or another. I just want everyone to know that you have the power and no one else can take that away from you unless you let them. There are actually various types of difficult people. Some are bullies, some are negative Nancy's, and some are just power tripping individuals. And we've all definitely dealt with at least one of these personality types. I just want you guys to know that you're not alone. So the best way for you to understand these people is know that you cannot change them, you cannot fix them. The only thing that you can do is worry about yourself, how you act, and what you believe. That really is important. I can't stress that enough. I've definitely had my own experience with different individuals, different relationships, friends, a boyfriend, and with different types of relationships. From my experience, I always want to fix things and help other people be better. But inevitably, you can't change anyone unless they want to change themselves. And this is really important. You also need to understand that no one can control the way you feel or how you act. That is all up to you. The way you handle these people, always remember that you hold all the power. That's it. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. If you don't like the outcome of how you have dealt with or are dealing with these people right now, then you need to change the way you're acting and feeling. And I'm going to give you 6 tips right now on how to deal with these people. 6 ways to deal with difficult people, bullies, and toxic individuals. Let's go. First thing you need to do is breathe. So I'm not talking about normal breathing, no shallow breathing. You need to breathe as if you are going to take your last breath. This is so important. I cannot stress this enough. So you take a really deep breath, you hold it for as long as you possibly can, then you let go of that breath as slowly as you can. And in this time period, there are so many things that are happening for you. You are aligning yourself, your chakras, with your higher self. You're also giving yourself the time to reassess the situation and the person and what exactly is going on. And you are actually detaching yourself from the situation and the individual, and you can look at it from a higher perspective. It's something that I have always said. It's a mantra that I love to use. Be above it. And when I say be above it, I don't mean to be better, that we're better than other people or we're better than anything. But what that means is to be above it from a perspective, an aerial view, if you like to look at it that way. Pretend you're in a helicopter, pretend you're on an airplane, pretend you're sitting on a cloud. Whatever works for you, that's good. Inevitably, you're going to see the situation as if you're watching a movie while you take that time to breathe, and it'll help you calm down, and it also raises your vibration. So it's keeping you where you need to be to assess the situation properly. Usually this will help you deal with it the way you'd rather deal with it instead of just reacting to whatever's going on around you because you're letting yourself become upset or irritable or anxious or whatever the case may be. Number 2, you need to change your paradigm. Change the way you think. Change your attitude. This is so important as well. Once you change your attitude and you change your paradigm and you change the way that you're thinking about the situation, it will change the reality around you as well. Number 3, you need to nip it in the bud and take some action. All right? Do not let what is going on continue the way it is going down, because you will not be happy about it. That's the whole reason of me starting this video. I believe that some people are very passive about how others are treating them negatively, and this will only allow for that type of action to continue. And nobody wants that to continue. You want to be treated the way you know you should be treated. Everyone has that right to be treated with respect. And the only way for this to stop is for you to take massive action and to not let the individual continue to treat you the way that they've been treating you. You need to acknowledge what is actually going on. Do not think that it's okay for someone to be nasty to you or negative or put you down. That is not okay. And if you let it go on for long enough, you're going to think that that really is okay, and it's not okay. Trust me, I'm telling you that you deserve to be treated with respect, and that is just not cool in my book, and it definitely should be something that you should be putting in your repertoire, that it is not okay for you to be treated that way. It all starts with you. Once you've acknowledged what is going on, deal with the individual sternly but with a smile, because you can definitely be serious and be polite at the same time, and I believe that that's the best way to deal with a negative individual. Most negative people and bullies are weak and they are in a state of fear. Most of the time, it's something that you're triggering in them to actually be that way, and they are also triggering something in you that you see about it. And that brings me to number 4, which is learn something. So people are reflections. We all reflect off of each other, and some individuals are going to reflect off of you even more. So it could be very intense depending on the relationship that you have with these people. You just need to assess the situation and the person as you see fit. What a reflection is that it shows you innermost parts of yourself that you bury deep down inside and don't want to deal with. Sometimes the only way for you to see exactly what you've been shoving away and locking the door on is for you to see it coming at you from the outside. And so when you see something happening from the outside and you don't like it, it's something that is connected to you in some way. It's not always so black and white where, oh, I do exactly the same thing. No, it could be a form of it. Typically, most of the time, it is a form of it, which is why it's not easy at first to see what's going on. But once you acknowledge the fact that you do something similar or in any which way why it's triggering you, then you can assess your own actions and stop doing that. Because if you don't like it when it's done to you, then other people don't like it when you do it to them either. So it becomes this cycle of, a lot of inner work and a lot of shadow work. And I do want to do a video all about that. It's super important for people to grow spiritually. As a sovereign human being, once you become aware of these things, your life will change dramatically. Other people cannot piss you off. They are reflecting things of yourself that you keep locked up, hidden away, that it is time for you to bring it to the surface so that you can change it. Now, you might not be ready to change it, but it will continue to happen as everything else in your life. It will just continue to happen until you're ready to deal with it. So don't worry. You don't get it right the first time, you might get it right the second time. You don't get it right the second time, maybe you'll get it right the third time. So no worries. Number 5, you need to know your worth. Now, if you know your worth, other people will know your worth. You attract your vibration. Do not ever think that you're not important, that you do not deserve respect, that you do not deserve to be treated the way that you treat others. If you are a kind individual and you are always looking out for everyone else's benefit, you also need to be looking out for your own benefit. Because if not, people will walk all over you, and that's not cool. You're not here to be a doormat. So I would want everyone to love themselves, know your worth, and your vibration is going to attract the same thing. Number 6, you need to be true to yourself. Hence my wig. Do not let other people change you. If you shine bright, let them put their sunglasses on, because that's what you're here to do. You're not here to be drawn down to their level. You need to understand that. A lot of the times when people are approached with difficult individuals in difficult situations, they tend to let it get to them, and then they start coming down to the other person's level. Don't ever do that, because you are above it. You need to be above it so that you can look at the situation from a different perspective. We're all here and you have a higher self. So when you understand that you have a higher self, we all are etherical beings. This is almost like a movie. You can look at your life where you're not always in the trenches, okay? You are watching from a different perspective, and it will allow you to look at the whole situation completely different, not attached emotionally to what is actually going on, because whatever's going on, it's not actually you, okay? Because someone else is having a problem. When you get to this perspective of looking at things from an aerial view, it will change your life. You will have the time and the space from the individual to be able to deal with them properly. You need to shine bright, rock stars, and don't let anyone discourage you from being your true self. You're here to be you, and no one else can replicate that. If you are dealing with a toxic individual that is being abusive, that is a totally different type of video that I'd like to make. You need to separate yourself from them altogether, because it is most likely that if it is happening for a long period of time, you probably are waiting for this person to change, and nothing will change until you take action and set boundaries. And sometimes if things get out of hand, you will just have to separate yourself completely and not deal with them at all. And you'll have to love them from afar and hope that they change on their own, because that's the only way that people change. You cannot change them. That's a really hard pill to swallow sometimes, because I know firsthand that I give people a lot of chances that they don't deserve, and it is a learning lesson that once you're ready to understand your value and that you cannot change anyone but yourself, that it's a huge lesson to take in, and you will definitely be a much better individual for putting yourself first in those types of situations, so that you can continue to be yourself and grow spiritually and physically and mentally. It's just best to separate from a situation that won't allow you to be yourself and grow. We're all meant to continue to keep growing. So I would like to make another video regarding that specifically, only because it's a little bit more intense. So I'll be making a video about narcissists, psychopaths, sociopaths, soulless individuals. Yes, there are those out there that are not connected to a soul. I would like to get more into that to another video. It's a little complicated. And these individuals are all energy vampires. So it's something that a person that is an empath and on a spiritual journey, you should be aware of what's going on with these individuals, so that you can protect yourself and handle things accordingly. And then you'll be able to spot them a lot quicker if you know their traits and how they like to act. They are very manipulative. So I will do a whole video on that shortly. So you need to stay tuned for that. Sorry that I took a little hiatus. I've been working on a few other projects, and I can't wait to premiere them here when the time is right. Can't wait to get your feedback on that. So you all may be wondering, why am I wearing a wig? So this is all about being yourself, and everyone that knows me knows that I like to play with wigs. Most of the time it only happens once a year, which is a little depressing. So this week it's New York Comic Con, and since I wasn't able to attend, I'm bringing Comic Con to you guys right now. And I also wanted to do a YouTube contest. I'm going to do a giveaway. It will be some type of crystal product or jewelry that contains crystals. So I will announce the prize. There will be 3 different prizes. I'm working on gathering that up for you guys. The way that you can enter this contest is subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below of the link where you post a photo of you being your true self. So if that involves you wearing crazy wigs, showing off your hair, showing off your cool clothes, tattoos, whatever it is that makes you you, I'd love to see that. And wherever you share that on your social media, just leave a comment below and leave a link so that I can check it out. There will be a winner announced on Halloween. It's been awesome hanging out with you guys here. I can't wait for next week. Shine bright.